Hi guys, my name is Sergey and I am a mechanic in auto repair shop in Pacifica. Today I'm gonna show you how to change clutch on this vehicle. We have Honda CRV 2004 and this one is four-wheel drive car and it has stick shift transmission. We're gonna change clutch, guys. We're gonna take the transmission out and I will show you what you need to do first. I will use a rack. Without rack it's almost impossible job, but you can take the transmission without rack on the floor, but it will be really uncomfortable and not convenient, guys. But we're gonna use a rack, and first we need to take the wheel off. Let's start it. After we took the wheel off, we need to take battery out. We need to get out this air filter box to get more access to our transmission. After we took air filter box out, guys, we have more access. Now we keep working on the top. From the top we disconnect our cylinder, slave cylinder. It has steel line, it goes over the transmission. We lose all our brackets and we just take it out and hang it around, move it away, I mean. Also we disconnect our cables and move them also away. And after that we start loose all our bolts around the transmission, which connect our transmission and engine block. Okay guys, we disconnect the cables which go to the transmission, and I took off the slave cylinder and also moved it away like this. Just remember, do not push on the clutch, because now it's free and you might broke the slave cylinder. It might open and fell off. This is why don't push on the clutch after you took it off. Next, also guys, take out connector from speed sensor and move it away like this, and from the temperature sensor also. And now we probably finished to take out everything from the top, and we raise the car up and start working underneath. To be able to take out our subframe, guys, take this front plastic cover and we have more access. And to our mount bolt, we have 4 bolts which hold all our frame. And also we have our ball joint connectors. Lose our ball joints, and front and rear transmission mount. Also we take that bolts from transmission mount, and that's it, and we drop this frame down. We've got subframe down. Next step, we need to lose our drive shaft which goes to the rear, and just one mount left on the transmission side, and now engine and transmission now hang on these 2 mounts, one left and one right side. We lose our drive shaft, and we have to take our front drive shaft also, front axles. Guys, I always recommend to drain the oil from the transmission, because when you take the axle out, it might leak oil from the transmission, and it might not, but when you take it out, you twist it, turn it, and you might spill the oil. You might make mess. This is why just drain the oil, and after that you'll fill it back, and it will help you. You'll work more comfortable. You will not make mess. Let's take the CV axles and rear shaft. After that we need to take our starter, because our starter mount to the transmission. Now time to take axles out, guys. Front axle. I took left side off and just bind with simple wire like this to the exhaust. Let it hanging, and left side. Guys, just use simple pry bar. It has a clip which stay inside the splines, and just use pry bar and just pop it out. Alright, I took this mount, front mount from the, because it holds our engine and transmission together, and I took off this bracket also. Now I will let it down, guys, and I will lose all the bolts around. I will left just 1-2 bolts from the underneath, and we need to put something underneath the engine to hold engine, because we take our right side mount and engine left just in one mount on right side. This is why I will use a jack stand and put some piece of wood and just hold the engine. Also, we can use some special tool, special bracket to hold the engine from the top side. You never expect, guys, but one bolt between the transmission and engine block sized inside. We have aluminum block and it corroded inside the thread, and I tried to move it left, right side, but anyway, it's stuck inside, and finally I broke the bolt. It happens sometimes. I got transmission out, guys. I use transmission jack to hold the transmission from the bottom side and just popped it out. I use crossbar to hold our engine. Now our engine holds just on the crossbar and on the left mount. Now I need to take the clutch out. You can see, guys, it's not easy job, and it will be not really comfortable to take the transmission on your garage or driveway. You need a rack, you need transmission jack, you need some special tool like crossbar which hold our engine, and if you work in the shop and you have all equipment, you can do it. But I had done it on the floor without jack, without transmission jack, but it's pain ass, guy. Next, we change this bearing. It's just simple spacer. It's not exactly bearing, but it holds and center our shaft, transmission shaft. We use special tool, this one, to take it out and just hit it back. Blow all the dust and wipe the flywheel surface. If you have some groove, some waves and some wear on the flywheel, you must replace the flywheel also. Also, do not forget to wipe all the grease from pressure plate. We install our bearing, we put some grease in it, and we're ready to put the flywheel and our disc. We use special plastic tool to hold our disc exactly on the center. It's really important, because when you push the transmission in it and it's not lined up in center, you have problem to match, to fit the transmission inside the hole, inside the center. This is why use a special tool. Usually it's provided with all set, with all clutch set, and just mount it straight on the center. Our disc lined up exactly in the center, and I tied pressure plate, and we're ready to put the transmission back. Here some specific torque, but usually I torque it around 40 Newton. These bolts, pressure plate bolts. Let's throw the transmission. Now when everything is tight, we can remove our tool. Here we go. Our transmission is ready. I changed the bearing, pressure plate bearing, put some lube underneath it, and we're ready to move it in. Here we go. We put our transmission, and now we raise the engine up with transmission, match our mount bolts with transmission mount, and now we can take this bracket, we can take this tool out and put everything back together. We tied all our transmission around and throw the frame and tied the frame. Now we need to match our transmission mount holes and tie the transmission mount bolts. Alright, I connect all the cables and our slave cylinder back, and now their filler plug, I took it off and put some phenol with hose and poured the oil back in the transmission. Now left just put the air filter box and battery. I'm finished. I showed you everything step by step. I didn't go so deep in detail, guys, because it's not difficult job. It's pretty simple, I think. There are some things, small things I showed you, and it took me around 6 hours to take the transmission, change the clutch, and I hope you'll be able to do it yourself after watching this video. Thank you for watching, guys. See you in next video. Bye.